Okay, hear me out. Megabonk, a third-person action roguelike costing about $10 and boasting some serious minimum required specs such as potato and, terrifyingly enough, potato 2. Bold of them to assume that I just have spare vegetables lying around the house, but wait, is a potato a vegetable? Either way, I managed to scrape together enough spuds to load into what may be one of the most addicting experiences. So addicting, in fact, that I have decided to share my newfound obsession with the game with the internet in an effort to convince as many of you as I can to give this seemingly simple yet wholly satisfying after-school, after-work game a try. So that's what we're gonna do. You're gonna watch and I'm gonna try to convince you to play Megabonk, and if I succeed, or fail, maybe you drop me a like and let me know down in the comments below. Skeptics fully welcome, don't make this too easy for me now. So without further ado, I think I'm using that right, Megabonk! So let me ask you a question. Do you like wave-based survival, intuitive building on the fly, a host of different weapons, bosses, ground mechanics, surfing on a goddamn sword, or most importantly, loot boxes that don't drain your bank account? Well, you're in luck, cause Megabonk's got it all and more if you can believe that. From the very moment you load into the game, you're hit with a few different options. Do you want to really play the wizard, hurling fireballs at poor goblins just looking for a hug? Or if melee is more your style, you got the knight serving up sword swings and a blade that doubles as a skateboard for those quick getaways should you find yourself reenacting the opening scene of Goblin Slayer. Yeesh. Now, no matter who you pick, the game starts off nice and slow to ease you into those more intense moments later when arguably the real game begins, but we'll get there in a minute. But for now, the game is quite simple. You have two main goals: survive the swarms and kill the main boss, and collect as many upgrade totems, levels, and chests as you can to fill out your build to survive as long as possible. Sounds easy enough, but Megabonk has no intentions of making this a cut and dry process. On every level up, you are presented with three options, ranging mainly from additional weapons to go along with your main base weapon, for whatever character you decided to start with, and tomes to increase things such as attack speed, movement speed, damage, etc. These three choices on a level up are for the most part random in the beginning while you still have available weapon or tome slots open to you. Early on, you'll only be able to have 2 weapons and 2 tomes at a time, but you can upgrade this to 3 once you unlock it through completing challenges and the silver currency, a reward for completing a run of a zone at different tiers. With limited slots available and a host of weapons and tomes to choose from, in order to survive as long as possible, you really do need to choose carefully, because once you do pick your second or third weapon, or any of the tomes you intend to use, there is no going back. You are stuck with them until the end of the run. And Megabonk offers a motherload of different build varieties for whatever you really want to accomplish with it. Whether you want to be the super quick caster hurling fireballs and lightning strikes to slaughter the unrelenting hordes, or if you just want to be the Incredible Hulk in armor with a sword sending armies flying back with a single swing. Regardless of how you want to build out your character, the goal is simple: survive as long as mystically possible, I would say humanly possible, but let's be honest, there's very few humans in this game, with whatever tools you are lucky or unlucky enough to roll. Outside of the direct level upgrades, you also have chests relying on gold. You collect it as you slaughter your way through the goblins, skeletons, bees, or whatever other creature Megabonk seems fit to throw at you, and you can use said gold to collect some additional augments, everything from minor movement and attack increases all the way to something straight up called bonk bonus. The developers of this game had some serious fun with some of these item descriptions, so I highly suggest you give them a read. One, and mainly to find out what the damn thing does for you, but also, I mean, come on, clapping cheeks is an S-tier item description. But don't take too long mulling over these upgrades and choices, as you have a limited time to complete the final boss before the real swarm starts. Essentially, in the run-up, you have about 9 minutes to kit out your build, find all the upgrades that you can physically take, and take out the main boss of the tier. And now, it's ghost time, and here's where it gets wacky, and based on how well you built your character will fully determine how far you are going to make it into this final swarm. Sometimes it's only for a few seconds, and sometimes, well, sometimes it looks more like this. Looks fun, right? At that point, honestly, I wasn't even holding onto my mouse. I was just sitting back and praying my build was strong enough to beat my previous score. Once you hit that point with the final swarm, you are pretty much done being able to collect all that much in terms of item upgrades. You'll still level up as the ghosts inevitably shove you through pockets of experience gems, but obelisks, chests, shady salesmen, out of the question. You can't even stop if you wanted to at certain points in the final swarm. That, in all reality, is all you get. You have 9 minutes to make the absolute best build you can, and because of the sheer amount of base items available to all characters and the ones you can unlock in the main menu through challenges and silver currency, Megabonk breeds this environment of build diversity that is neither guaranteed nor necessarily the best option. Really, you can make any combo work to varying degrees of success, you just have to pair them with augments and bonuses that make the most sense. For me personally, early on, I had an obsession with movement speed, thinking I could outrun the final swarm, but that doesn't make much sense on a character that gains nothing from moving faster. Oh yeah, every character has their own little baked-in ability. Sorry, my bad, I forgot to mention that, but that's another thing of the game. Also something else to consider when picking your character and what exact build you are going for the final round. So let's assume you've played a few rounds, you picked out your favorite character, and you have a rough idea of what kinds of tomes and weapons you are the most reliant on. For argument's sake, let's say you want to hard focus, I don't know, attack speed and lifesteal. Well, there's a thing to that. There is no guarantee you're going to see either of those tomes early on. Sure, you can re-roll it and try to get them, but re-rolls are limited, and if you run out, you can either take what is presented, possibly fully changing the core of whatever build you were trying to make, or you can skip the upgrade entirely if you are dead set on following what you've laid out for yourself. And skipping any of your level up upgrades can be a real risk. These upgrades are crucial to your survival, so skipping even one or two can really be the difference between beating your previous run or dying on impact with the first spawn of the final swarm. And this loop is so addictive, it's absolutely crazy. It's not even like you are being directly pitted against other players. Sure, there is a leaderboard for how many monsters you can take out in a single round. How in the fuck did they do that? But mainly at its core, it's a battle of you against you. Every round there's another reason to jump back in. Maybe you didn't get the weapons you wanted. Maybe you rolled nothing but green gear. Or maybe, for whatever reason, you couldn't get the damn projectile multiplier tome to freaking spawn no matter how many upgrades you skipped. Sorry, I'm still pissed about that one. Point is, while being in theory a perfect game for a quick afternoon session, should you be limited on time with all the things that life likes to throw at everyone, the game will drag you back time and time again just to see if you can beat your previous score or a new tier of that zone entirely. And you know what? I'll level with you. A god run feels amazing, just rolling nothing but epics and legendaries the entire time. And while we're here, by the way, this chest opening loot roll sound is just straight up addiction. Take a listen. Good stuff, and it didn't cost me a dime. And hey, another point in the game's favor, maybe after a while you lock down that perfect build and you just rush to it time and time again, inevitably making it grow stale and repetitive. Never fear, cause Silver is here to unlock a ton of additional gear items, weapons, characters, slots, rerolls, you name it. And just like that, well, maybe your favorite items aren't showing up as much anymore, and you need to adjust your build accordingly. Simply because now your favorite items are much more rare to actually pop up on screen. Through that concept alone, this game just bleeds replayability because, well, for one, it's literally based on it with this round-based survival core, but also because once you have enough unlocked, literally every round could be an entirely different experience, and each time you gotta figure out how to live on the fly, especially with the game throwing so many different item combos, weapons, and tomes at you just from unlocking them in the main menu round after round. For me, my current favorite for a real survival push to really see how far I can make it, it would have to be the Fire Staff, Lightning Staff, and Blood Magic for the weapons, combined with attack speed, lifesteal, and projectile multipliers for tomes. But again, at this point, with how many unlocks I've gotten so far, the amount of times I can say I reliably get all of those without skipping 5+ levels is getting slimmer and slimmer. So it forces me to take what I know and try to move it over to different items and weapons to see if I can create another form of combo should I not get anything I wanted. And in the same breath, I mean, come on, can I really pass up boning the goblin hordes? I really don't like how I phrase that, or tossing out way too many goddamn banana rangs with some heavy knockback attached to it. I think not. And hell, if neither of those combos sound enticing enough, well, maybe you'd enjoy just aura farming with a revolver and reenacting Robot's Last Stand. The game is quite literally as serious or unserious as you want to make it, and that's just too much fun. And for $10, 10 freaking dollars and maybe a potato processor, that is a wildly hard deal to beat. Hell, I've already dumped about 30 hours into Megabonk, so by some quick maths, I paid about 33 cents per hour of enjoyment. A hell of a deal if you ask me. And look, will it be your new daily driver? ever dumping hours upon hours of your day into it for months, if not years at a time? Probably not. For someone out there, maybe. But what it is a damn good time for a few rounds every so often just to see how long you can make it and have a damn good time doing it. You know, it's one of those games that you could turn to after losing 12 comp games in a row in Apex and plummeting back to silver, or standing in stupid in your heroic raid push for the 10th time sending your raid leader into a frenzied exposition of the importance of mechanics, or, I don't know, after deciding that playing Path of Exile for the very first time without guides was a great fucking idea. Point is, Megabonk is a damn fun game, regardless of if you want to devote your life to it or literally just give it a Friday night to see what it's all about. Either way, I really don't think you'd be disappointed. And if you are, you can blame my ass for trying to convince you to give it a try. So, thanks for hearing me out. How'd I do? You try it yet? Let me know down below, because I'd absolutely love to hear it. New favorite, or do I owe you $10? Hold on, please, I'm kidding on that one, I'm already broke.